Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
This is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in SmackDown Live. Who needs Raw?
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw.
Oh, baby, I like it Raw. Oh, baby, I like it Raw. And you are tuned in to Going In Raw right now. How you doing?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Also available wherever fine podcasts can be found. Not fine cats. That'd be a little weird. Where do you find fine cats? You're not a big cat guy, are you?
No, I am not.
Like back alleys? Right?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Where are cats?
You are asking the wrong guy
I'm
that
up late
question.
at night and I hear, you know.
That's called caterwauling.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Is that similar to just wallering?
No.
You know what wallering is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Hold on, I'm going to look up, make sure caterwauling is the right thing.
Anyways, we're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson, where you guys can enjoy rewards for kicking into the show and supporting us.
It is caterwauling.
Okay, you know what we're going to do with our next batch of Patreon money?
What?
We're going to buy some more advanced dick foam for our microphones here.
Yes.
That's what we're going to do, so there's not as much popping. Now I have to watch my Peas. You have to send me the presets to get rid of popping.
I will.
Yeah. And we're also available. We have T-shirts available on ProWrestlingTees.com/Going In Raw. Can you show them T-shirt now?
No, I don't have.
Really? You don't have it on?
Not currently.
What do you have on?
One Nation Under Wrestling.
Are you going to start promoting Seth Rollins' Wrestling Academy now? Those are really good looking shirts.
I know. That's
you
why
said
I
this
bought
to me
it
before,
and that's why I wore
had
it.
the exact same thought. Whoever designed Seth Rollins' Academy shirts,
should design his merch.
because his merch is terrible. His SR logo is awful. It's insultingly simple. It's not good design simple. It's not minimalist. It's just simple. It's so bad. Anyways, I'm not going to shit on Seth Rollins anymore. And then what else do I like to promote here on the show?
Patreon.
Hold on a second.
Or your own YouTube channel.
Yeah, MF Steve here. No, I was going to do, I don't know where I put the patrons for last week because I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to shout them out.
Okay, while you find that, I'm going to say today we posted on Machinima our final 10 for the win.
Yes, we did. Yes, block party. I don't know why I said that.
I don't know why you said that either.
Anyways, what do you want to say? I'm sorry. I cut you off. I feel like you're in heartfelt mode right now.
Slightly.
Oh.
Just once again, I want to thank Machinima for giving us the opportunity to do that show for as long as we did.
Yeah.
And a huge thanks to the Friendo community.
Yes.
For making the show into something.
Yeah, we can talk about that for a brief second here because, the comments on YouTube light up with, that kind of stuff. And we do sincerely want to say there's no bad blood.
No.
It's kind of interesting to see, when they lost the guys over at Funhouse, when they were Inside Gaming and they started sort of rebuilding. And it's interesting to me because, I sort of pay attention, obviously, because we have a show or we had a show there. It's interesting to see them be able to rebuild. They're in like a rebuilding. They've been in a rebuilding sort of era with Brandon and Chloe, and then Phil is on the show a lot, on camera now. And it's interesting to me that they've been able to sort of stick it out and see their numbers, because recently I've noticed that the numbers have been going back up and they've been establishing their own community. And that's what we're doing here on Going In Raw. And it's like, I feel like we're just really happy with the way things are going on Going In Raw, and like that Machinima stuff is sort of in our past, but doing that in the meantime has really allowed us to grow Going In Raw to the point where this is all we need to do and we're good, and we're totally good. So honestly, it was just a matter of we grew out of doing that. We really enjoy doing this, and Machinima can now go and do what they're doing. and they don't need Steven Larson, and we don't need them, and much love.
Yeah.
And there's no like hard feelings. There's nothing controversial. There's no like, oh, screw you guys, don't unsub if you're sub to them. They're doing some good stuff over there. And I'm interested to see where they go in the future. I want to see them succeed.
Yeah, as do I.
It's because it's good to look back on a place and say, hey, I was part of building that house right there.
Yeah.
I was a small part of building.
And also,
that
we
house.
still know people that work there and are friends with people that still work there. We want success for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all good for everything.
Yeah.
And it's been really heartwarming to see the outpouring of support since we put up the final video for 10 for the win.
Yes.
But, it's funny because it's kind of like these days it had sort of been in our workload. It had been kind of, I don't want to say an afterthought because I don't want to disrespect the work that we did.
This wasn't an afterthought, no.
But it is also the kind of thing where we're so enmeshed in pro wrestling that to have to stop and then pivot, it's sort of been like, well, okay, it's not as easy as it was when we were like focusing full time on 10 for the win.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's going to be interesting to have that sort of off our plate and see what we replace it with in our production schedule.
Yeah, because now that's a few hours every week. We can refocus our energies to growing our channel.
Right, exactly.
And doing more wrestling stuff.
More but better. We got to find that DX tape.
Oh, I'm sure it's got to be on YouTube somewhere.
More but better. And we'll just put that one little clip. We got to put all the great little clips into like some sort of intro for a show that we're doing. I don't know what show that is.
Do your shout-outs.
All right. So I think you kind of jacked up. This is on you.
No, I'll admit to that.
Usually
it is my
fault. Load up. I typed the word pledge in.
We were getting too many email notifications.
Yeah.
And so I just said, okay, no more email notifications, but that messed up.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure these are the patrons that have signed up over the past week. I hope. Brand Warfare, a pro wrestling podcast. So there's a plug for you. Nathaniel Martin, Broken Vince McMahon, Sean Hulver, Tyler Late, somebody named Christopher Kaufman re-upped. That's good. Josh Jenkins, that's my son.
Is that it?
That's the one, dude.
Okay.
Josh Jenkins, Will Taylor, the South Texas Tiger, Dan Kennan, James Geeves, Sean McMahon, Glorious Bill, Kiyomi216, Giomaria Quaglia, Lewis Hayward, Michael Kinney, Frode, the one and only true Meatloaf champion, M. Andrews, MCC from the Black Country, Tyler Harville, Cruded Scott, Peter Stahl, I don't know how far back I'm going to, Jack Dolan, Scott Gigney, Pablosian, Dean E. Rash, Tim Banks, Tommy Lyons, Drunk Bray Wyatt, Daniel Morton, Austin Kirby, Zachary Bueller. Oh, I remember Zachary Bueller. And Lee Grant. That's how far back I'm going to go. Today's the 19th. Yeah, that should take us back pretty good. So anyways, I want to say thanks to all the patrons out there. I'm sorry I didn't announce it on the Raw show. Usually I do that, and I just got thrown off because of this email thing, but that's all been fixed and corrected.
I'm sorry about that. That's my fault.
No,
also, okay. I found that DX tape, VHS tape. I'm going to order it.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Oh, nice. There we go. They ship out next week. So we're going to be, man, I can't wait for WrestleMania weekend.
We're going to have a busy weekend.
We're going to have a busy weekend. So our Friday was completely free and clear. We were doing nothing on Friday. We have everything going on Saturday.
Yeah, we have a lot going on
Rundown
Saturday.
We're doing on Saturday.
We have WCPW in the early afternoon.
I think we're front row.
Yeah.
Or second row.
And then we have the Internet Darlings live panel.
Which we're a part of. We're not just going to be attending. We're going to be a part of that.
At 4 o'clock local time on Saturday, April 1st.
And we're going to have a link in the description here on this video. You can get tickets for that.
And then after that, we're going to NXT. Mm-hmm. And then on Sunday, of course, is WrestleMania.
Yeah, but our Friday, we're going to get there like Thursday, I think.
Thursday night.
Our Friday is completely open.
Or was.
But then last night on, I think Meltzer tweeted out, or in Wrestling Observer's Daily Update, he mentioned that Progress announced that they're going to have a lot of the stars from the UK tournament, the WWE UK tournament. So Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, I think Trent Seven's going to be there at their show, which I think they're co-doing. I think it's part of a WWN thing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And so I hopped right on there. So now on Friday, we're going to be third row.
Yeah.
At the Progress show, and but their ticket system, I was like, I don't know, I didn't get my tickets, and then so I emailed the guy, and he said they ship out next week. So I'm getting my
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to WrestleCon at all on Friday?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good to go to that too.
In my opinion, we're there.
Yeah.
To experience WrestleMania weekend.
I know, exactly.
So we're gonna experience WrestleMania weekend.
I know. Look, we're gonna be so burnt out on wrestling by the time we get back. We might have to take Just a breath.
Yeah.
Just a quick breath.
Because while we're doing all this stuff, we're still going to be shooting things.
Oh, yeah. No, everything that... Here's the thing. Everything that we experience at WrestleMania weekend, like there in Orlando, like we're going to do travel vlogs. We're going to give you reports on everything. So for, the Going In Raw channel, it's going to be like, hey, this is what it's like.
Yeah.
We're going to give you our point of view from everything. We're going to be shooting. And so, it's going to be, this is going to be the place to check it out from like a fan's perspective.
Yes.
Somebody who, a couple of guys who are going to like all these, as much shows as we can. We're like trying to consider going to the Ring of Honor one, but it's like an hour away, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if we're going to do that.
No, it's not physically possible for us to do that.
Exactly. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
All right. Let's talk about NXT
After about
205 Live.
talking about 15 minutes about other stuff, let's talk about NXT.
Yeah, so whoever in the comments likes to put it, they start talking about it right now. Oh my God, Eddie Guerrero, he fell. By God. Where's my notes? Here we go.
So NXT kicked off with Nikki Cross.
I really loved NXT last night. 205 Live I was on, but I actually really liked NXT last night.
Which one did you watch first?
205 Live. I watched that before NXT.
I did too.
Because I watched 205 Live, and 205 Live you can kind of...
Maybe that was a problem for me, at least, is I watched 205 Live first, and it was so-so. And so watching NXT afterwards, I didn't feel like I enjoyed it as much as I normally do.
I'll be honest with you, man. I get geeked out for NXT. Like these days when they're thick into... Because it's such like an old school way of building stories. Like there's doesn't need all be... like the booking on NXT is the kind of booking that we can do on Steve W and Fun Wrestling.
Yeah.
Simple in-ring promos. I mean, they do backstage interviews, but they're not really necessary. You don't need like big. It's just simple, good guys, bad guys, decisions to be made in your life. Stuff like that. Like I'm looking for this. I'm doing that. Like it's just it keeps it so simple. But I love I love their cast of characters right now. They've done such a great job rebuilding and reloading their talent.
Oh yeah, they have.
I love what they have going on in NXT right now.
So the first match was Nikki Cross with Sanity.
Who would have thought Nikki Cross would be the breakout star of Sanity?
I know.
Because she's a fucking star, man.
Yeah,
she's great.
She's great.
She took on somebody named Kennedy Lewis.
Kennedy Lewis, I think.
Oh, okay. Do you see why I said Kennedy, though?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, it's not a Y at the end. It's an I.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kennedy. Anyways, Kennedy Lewis, she was big.
She was tall.
Yeah, she was tall. Yeah.
But Nikki Cross made quick work of Kennedy Lewis.
I love this, man, because I think this sort of plays into my thing. Like the one way you can get that title off of Asuka and put it on Nikki Cross is using Sanity. And I know they didn't really use Sanity here.
No.
But still, like you can even make the case that their presence was kind of intimidating. It's like you're surrounded by these freaking...
No, I agree with that. I don't think it's going to happen in San Antonio.
No, I doubt it because that's going to be a fatal four-way. But I think Nikki Cross, in my opinion, Nikki Cross is going to be the next person to hold that title. I think that's the case.
Fatal four-ways aren't necessarily elimination matches, right? So if Nikki Cross pins
they'd have to specify as
Billie Kay,
then
Asuka loses the belt.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a conceivable way it could happen.
Yeah. I really like the idea that Sanity would, and I'm not talking about because, Triple H said a thing the other day.
He's not into intergender matches.
And he doesn't think that the WWE fans really want to see like a guy beating up on a girl. He says that has its place in the indie scene, but not here. And I
see his point.
I sort of waffle on that, but it's a valid point.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying they need to get involved, but their presence and what they could do to get involved in terms of distractions and stuff like that.
Yes.
That becomes a valid way for Asuka to lose her title as well. Nikki Cross is amazing. I think Sanity is they are so well built. They are so well conceived. You have one issue though.
I have one reservation about Sanity. I don't know what they stand for. Like the Wyatts, I know.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Sanity, their packaging is great. Mm-hmm. Their theme song, while reminiscent of Primus, is catchy.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I said it's catchy.
I love it, yeah.
Everybody in the faction thus far, I've been impressed with. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what they stand for. And Eric Young in his promo, we can jump ahead to this, in the ring with Ty Dillinger, didn't really expound upon what they stand for.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that's missing for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
he just told Ty you have to do it essentially our way, but I don't know what their way is.
Well, you don't think that their initial sort of their debut. Corey Graves, I think, on commentary said something akin to, they stand for anarchy. They want to tear down the system. Now, Sanity hasn't explicitly said that, but you don't think their actions contribute to that a little bit?
Not necessarily. No. Because it's not a coordinated effort to tear down the system. It doesn't seem like
they would have to interfere with matches where something for them specifically isn't at stake.
Yeah.
So they'd have to interfere, let's say, like the Bobby Roode Shinsuke Nakamura match, something like that, for them to really be sort of purveyors of anarchy.
Yeah.
You know? So, no, I see your point there. I'm fine with it, though. I love them. We had after, we'll get back to the Ty Dillinger segment, but after the Nikki Cross got her win against Kanati Lewis, we had a No Way Jose interview. San Diego. Oh, man, I love myself sometimes. No Way Jose had an interview backstage. Who the fuck rolled up on him, though?
Remember Noah Pachis?
Oh, yeah.
He's going by Kona Reeves now.
I mean, I remember his name, Noah Pachis.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Why did he roll up on? He said he said you were my friend, and you're not my friend.
Yeah, pretty much.
What? I love No Way Jose though. He's got the best cadence.
I know.
Hey, what I'm gonna do now? It's 2017 Fiesta. His gimmick needs to be siesta, so he just falls asleep all the time.
That'd be great. Feels like what I want to do right now is take a nap.
I know, my goodness. After WrestleMania weekend, boy.
Oh, man.
We're gonna be wanting to take a nap. Man.
Oh, yes.
So Kona Reeves rolls up on No Way Jose. I don't know who that guy was. I was laughing about that. No Way Jose said, well, we can mix it up in the ring. We can have fun or we can fight. Like, what are you going to do in the ring to have fun? Like, just go in the ring and dance? Nobody really wants to see that. Like, this is a wrestling match. This is a wrestling card. It's a wrestling card.
I understand
Larson.
It's a wrestling
Why do you want,
match.
it's one thing you come out.
Tell me that time when No Way Jose and Austin Aries were dancing all over the place before Austin Aries attacked No Way Jose. Tell me that wasn't fun.
It made it acceptable because we all knew Austin Aries was going to loke on No Way Jose, and the anticipation was built.
It's still fun to see Austin Aries dance.
No, I know, because he's a great dancer. All those dudes have they all have the white guy dance where they do this a lot. They do this with their hands. No Way Jose's all over the place. Like his hips are over here, then they're over here, but it was him and who else? Somebody else did his dance too, and I forget who it was.
Bobby Roode was doing that.
Was it Bobby Roode?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do the thing where the hands are like this. They're like politicians. It's great. So anyways, no, I know, but I'm saying this. We know that dance, number one, it's Austin Aries.
I understand
and it's not Noah Pachis or Kona Reeves, whatever his name is now. I don't know that guy. I don't want to see him dance. I want to see if it's Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, all doing their white guy dance. That's what I want to see.
Well, I have a feeling based on this promo backstage.
They're going to fight.
They're going to fight.
They're not going to dance.
No dancing.
Fight. Yeah. Then the Revival interview.
This was great.
This was really good.
I love when Scott Dawson called TM61 the tilapia of NXT.
He called them bottom feeders.
That was so good.
That was really good.
Man, that was good.
I can't believe the Revival aren't in the finishing class.
I know.
How are they in the
Well,
second
because
to
they seem
last
finished
class?
already. I mean, they're polished.
Yeah.
I don't know what else they can do. I had one thought about that. Maybe they have the Revival in that class to help instruct.
You think they're like TAs?
Maybe.
Teachers' assistants.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be.
Or like graduate assistants. People that are going to graduate school.
Terry Taylor, yeah.
No, that's the finishing class.
Which one's the last one?
That's the finishing class.
Who's teaching the second to last one?
I don't believe I read that. I don't know.
Dash and Dawson.
Maybe that's why they're in
Where is TM61 in the class?
They were in the finishing class.
They're in finishing class. They're very polished.
Oh yeah.
They're finished. So anyways, they come in and they're like, crikey. Takes everything I have just to do that, just to stop there and not continue with an Australian accent. My Australian accent is horrible.
It is.
Anyways, they come in and say, it doesn't quite work that way, mate. You gotta fight for it like everybody else. And Rival said, fine, we're going to fight you tonight.
We said we're not going to just pin you or submit you.
Yeah, we're going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. No, I like that was good. Roderick Strong then took on my favorite NXT wrestler, Steve Cutler. My favorite NXT wrestler not named the Drifter, Elias Sampson.
Yeah.
Steve Cutler, who actually not anymore. He got rid of his chops, man.
That's right.
He got rid of those big,
he had,
lovely chops.
He had a new vest too, didn't he?
No, that was gray vest.
I didn't think it was denim before.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
it's
okay.
always been denim. Gray denim vest.
I thought it was.
He seems to be the lone wearer of the gray vest though. I haven't seen the gray vest on anybody else lately. It was the Steven Larson guys. Who were they? What were their names again?
Oh wow.
Hollis.
And Skylar?
Skylar and Haas, yeah.
Yeah.
They both wore gray vests. So Steve Cutler
Maybe
has
that's
one
what I
of
was
those
thinking, because I
vests.
don't think their vests were denim.
Dude, one of their vests was Steve Cutler's vest.
Okay.
At least one of theirs was. I think there's 2 gray denim vests hanging out back there.
In an NXT wardrobe?
I do, yeah. Anyways, he took on Roderick Strong. What do you think of Roderick Strong?
I think he's really good in the ring.
I think he's really, really good in the ring. I just don't know if his personality is. I think he's good enough. But it might be a Neville situation.
Yeah.
Where we kind of need more. Because he's going to be in a program with Almas. Another guy who we saw as a Technico.
Yeah.
As a face.
Yeah.
And he was kind of boring.
But then he turned heel.
And he was amazing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm sure our comments are going to light up right now about, check out his heel work in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's great as a heel. I'm not that familiar with his work. I love his in-ring work, though. It's very stiff.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
He took on Steve Cutler and,
Good
of course,
match.
won. Yeah, good match.
I wonder why they're not letting Roderick Strong do all his backbreakers. Because when we went to the house show here in Sacramento, his match against Oney Lorcan, he did that suplex backbreaker move.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen him do that on TV. His finishing move is that kick.
Yeah.
So I wonder why they're not letting him do it.
That has to be a case of wheeling it out at the takeovers, and
Maybe.
let him do it in big moments.
Maybe. Because it's a pretty impressive move when he does it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, one thought I had about it is Roderick Strong's good, but he's not the largest guy.
Yeah.
And so maybe they want him to have a finisher that he can use on anybody.
Oh, that's true. That could be. Yeah. Well, it could be. Then we had Ember Moon being interviewed. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't really like the approach they're taking with Ember Moon. She seems like she should be borderline supernatural.
I agree.
And she's a bit too normal.
There's not enough mystique.
Yeah, like she's got loads of charisma.
Yeah.
But I feel like
she's not bad on the mic.
No, she's not. No, she's confident. She comes. Here's the thing. If she was in any other role as a character, she's great. Like her promo skill, like she sounds very natural.
Yeah.
She sounds like I was talking about the other day about like how some people should, like Apollo Crews should sound like any normal athlete's interview. Like when he's on the promo, he should just be natural.
Yeah.
Natural for her character. Like she has freaking red eyes and like, I don't know. She seems like kind of a borderline supernatural-ish character.
Yeah.
And she just talks like an athlete. Mm-hmm. And I feel like there needs to be a bit more mystique about her, like you said.
Agreed, 100%.
Less words, the better. But then Liv Morgan comes up. She was a bit better on the mic this time.
Yeah.
A little bit better. And she said, I know, I'm trying to give her credit. I really am. Like, there's nothing wrong with being in the developmental aspect of things. I saw small improvements. She's not going to be ready for primetime for a while, which probably means they're going to bring her up to Maine next week.
She's going to be call up the Raw after Mania.
Yeah. Anyway, she very politely asked Ember Moon for a match,
saying that after TakeOver, maybe the winner of their match will get a shot at the women's title.
I feel like Ember Moon is worth Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, meaning if this TakeOver was really going to be like spectacular for the women's division, it would be a triple threat: Ember Moon, Nikki Cross, Asuka.
Maybe they have Billy Kay in there to take a pin.
That could be, or Peyton Royce, to take a pin. I'm not really huge on them. I think they need to redo something with them. Let's see here. Then we had probably your favorite segment of the night. Actually, it's probably my favorite segment of the night. Ty Dillinger came out to deliver his promo and
questioning whether he belonged in NXT.
If this isn't your crisis of confidence routine, I don't know what is.
Well, he started with that.
Am I the perfect? And then he didn't have the heart to say 10.
I know, 10.
Because I'm not even sure what the equation for being the perfect 10 is.
I don't know either. Yeah. But right before Eric Young came out, he was about to go somewhere saying, Regal believed in me. Mm-hmm. The fans here believe in me. Mm-hmm. Everybody watching on TV believes in me. Yeah. Like he was going to say, okay, I'm going to overcome this and get better. Instead of being this close to winning the Fatal 4 match, I'm going to win it. That's what I was expecting him to say. Yeah. But then Eric Young came out. And Eric Young was pitching the concept of Ty Dillinger joining Sanity, but apparently he wasn't asking. He was telling Ty Dillinger,
"You're going to join my group.
that you have to join Sanity."
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved Eric Young's promo. I thought it was great. He's, look, man, I know where you're at. 2016, supposed to be my year too. It's supposed to be the year of Eric Young. You know."
He was very real.
It was very real. I thought it worked. It's odd because Sanity shouldn't be keeping it real, but I liked when Eric Young kept it real for some reason.
Yeah.
I thought it felt so good to me. Because then at the end, when instead of appealing to him like, "Hey man," he says, "I'm telling you." Oh, that was great. I liked that a lot. And I did.
Drop the coat.
Drop the coat. My dad was sitting in the living room. He says, "Whose coat is that?" He said, "It's the dude they got rid of."
I like that coat is apparently one size fit all. Because Sawyer Fulton is a larger guy than Ty Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger would have been swimming in that.
And then Damo is like 2 Ty Dillingers.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that Damo didn't try to put that coat on. So Damo comes out.
Well, who knows? Maybe. Yeah. I think Ty. That's a good point.
Damo's a huge
like
guy.
Small, medium, and large.
So Damo comes out, attacks Ty.
Yeah.
Does his finishing move, which is the same as Kenny Omega's.
Yeah, it's rad.
Yeah.
Man, how are they gonna let him do that more?
And then he accepts an invitation to join Sandy, takes the coat, puts it over his shoulder.
I'll be honest. I think that's a step up from Ty Dillinger. Big Damo. I think Big Damo fits.
Yeah. In that sense, I agree 100%.
Well, come on. You're building a faction. Who do you want, Big Damo or Ty Dillinger?
Well, for Sanity, I want Damo.
Yeah. No, you're building one.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, you're going to
Is it Sanity?
Hey, bro. Huh?
Is it Sanity?
What's your whatever your faction is, your faction. You do what you want with
Well,
it.
if I'm Eric Young,
Larson Club.
Okay.
Like our friendo Matthew Ade made those cool shirts.
Yeah, I don't want Ty.
Larson Club.
Ty's a perfect 10.
Ty or Big Damo? Do you want the guy who's out there saying, "I don't even know if I belong here," or do you want the guy who's going out there doing Kenny Omega's finisher on people?
I want the guy. I'll take Ty because I'll say, "Here, there's a spot for you here, Ty."
No way, man.
Yeah.
Give me Big Damo. He comes out there and makes a statement. He doesn't come out there and start whining about his confidence.
No,
he comes out there and delivers Kenny Omega's finisher.
It's character development, Steve.
Oh, man, it's great. See, you and Ty Dillinger are going to be sitting around talking a lot. Me and Big Damo and the Steve Club, we're going to be walking around just laying out fools. Well, he's going to be laying out fools. I'm going to be like, "You see that, everybody? He just did Kenny Omega's finisher."
Yeah. You're not going to be taking anybody out.
I'll take out Nikki Cross. Take her out to dinner. You want to go get a steak? And she's like, "Why are you scratching yourself so much, Nikki Cross? You're so weird." Anyways, go take a shower.
Next, we had the Revival versus TM61.
Yeah, it was a good match.
Was there a move at the beginning? I saw a chop block that took out Shane Thorne's knee. I know they were pushing the angle that he was hurt during the match.
Yeah.
But that knee was already wrapped up, so I'm guessing it was a pre-existing injury.
Oh, probably, yeah.
That
he did that thing that one dude in the 205 Live did. He came out with a pre-existing injury.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's.
But they had him work the knee to write him off TV.
It was pretty funny that it's kind of, I don't know. I still want an update on that. What was that dude's name? Mr. 450.
John Yurnett.
John Yurnett. Yeah. John, your knee is already messed up. Why are you going out there?
But yeah, it was a good match.
Yeah, no, it was a good match. I mean, sort of a preview of, I would assume, what is to come with these two teams.
But with Shane Thorne hurt, legit.
I mean, I assume we're going to see a singles match of some sort next week on NXT. Maybe, I don't know.
Well,
I didn't read
after
the spoilers.
Takeover,
yeah. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing these guys feud.
But TM61 picked up the win with the roll up, and then the
Sort of a
Revival
sneaky victory.
Yeah,
There,
Revival following the match just beat the hell
out
of both those guys.
Yeah, it was good stuff. I know, I like it. I really enjoy. And then we had our contract signing. Bobby Roode comes down. My dad got a kick out of Bobby Roode's theme song. He comes down.
Was he singing along?
Was my dad singing along? Bobby? No, man, no. He just liked, because I was like, "Hey, Dad, look at this guy." Because he's so ADD like me. He's on his phone all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, "Dad, look at this guy." And it was when Bobby Roode was spinning.
Yeah.
And my dad got a big kick out of that. So anyways, Bobby Roode comes down and drops a great promo. Oh, no, Roode comes down, Nakamura comes down. Roode drops a great promo on Nakamura. basically saying, I followed we haven't really had a chance to talk, Shinsuke. I followed your career in Japan, and he says, not really worth my time. That's what he says. And he basically says he's going to take the NXT title. He tells Regal, big money match, biggest money match ever in NXT. Then Nakamura gets on the mic and basically runs down Rude. He calls him, I forget. He called him
the dog,
a Japanese term for a dog, for a type of dog, I guess.
Yeah.
And the crowd started chanting it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good. And Rude was great the entire time, like reacting to everything.
Oh, that moment when after they both finished talking and they had the stare off.
Yeah.
And Shinsuke was just laser focused.
Yeah.
And it seemed like Bobby, he was really selling it that he was processing. Like he has to reevaluate his assessment of Shinsuke.
Bobby Roode's good, man. They did some really cute stuff, like Bobby Roode's about to say glorious, and Nakamura cuts him off, and then Nakamura drops a glorious. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. That's a packed show.
Yeah.
Because you're not always going to get a packed show. Sometimes you get a freaking house show retrospective.
Or after a takeover,
those are the worst.
You get a clip show.
Those are the worst. I mean, I know they have to take time to do their tapings and reload their schedule. But, man, what are we going to do the week after? Maybe we'll take a break on that one. I don't know.
No, they usually shoot a couple dark matches before the takeover.
I know.
And then just do a clip show.
I know. That's true.
It gives us an opportunity to revisit the takeover.
That's true. That's true as well. All right, let's see here. Then we had 205 Live on Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's not, the cruiserweight division isn't doing much for me these days.
Apart from Neville
And
Cedric Alexander.
Even that I'm getting bored with.
But he did a great job. He had a match against Drew Gulak. And
I love Drew Gulak.
As Cedric Alexander was walking out, Alicia Fox tries to join him. And he tells her no.
No, he's already brain. She's like, you don't break up with me, I break up with you.
Yeah. And so Noam Dar comes out.
Yeah.
And then Noam Dar and Drew Gulak end up beating up Cedric Alexander.
Yeah.
Drew Gulak takes out Cedric Alexander's left knee, I believe. And Cedric did a great job of selling that injury throughout the match.
Yeah, he did. And then he ended up losing to Drew Gulak because of it. I don't know.
Well,
I just wanted to...
that's one part of the match that bothered me was the finish. Because not only did Gulak take out the left knee, towards the end of the match, he took out the right knee. But rather than exploiting those double knee injuries to pick up the win, he does like some side suplex with a bridge to get the pin. It would make more sense story-wise for him to put Alexander some sort of submission move, exploiting the double knee injury to pick up the win.
Maybe Gulak,
it would make more sense.
Maybe Gulak didn't know how to do like a figure four.
Well, they keep saying that he's Corey Graves keeps on talking about how he's a technical master. How he knows how to twist people in all sorts of odd positions.
Man. I think I just tune out too much during 205 Live, man. Like it just doesn't grip me. It doesn't do much for me. Like the Alicia Fox, Noam Dar stuff, like it just needs to, I don't know, they need to do something with it. I feel like they're not doing. I know maybe it's just me sometimes. Sometimes I'm really into it. Sometimes I'm not. I feel like Noam Dar should be kicking this up to some other level. I don't know what that level is.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
No, I know.
Like it needs to be enough of him sort of sitting back and being. I know he helped take out Cedric Alexander. I just want a match between these two that's going to be some sort of blow off, and then everybody can just sort of go along their way. I want to see a Noam Dar. I want to see what's next for Noam Dar because I just feel like I know where this is going.
Yeah.
Tony Nese gave an interview. What did he have to say?
They use Premier Athlete. That's pretty much it.
I like Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, he's really good. And for some reason, they had him lose. Tony Nese has been eating pins all over the place. And then Mustafa Ali, after winning for the last 3-4 weeks, loses to Tony Nese.
Yeah, they need some. That's fine. Tony Nese needs it. Like you said, he's been eating pins left and right. He needs a victory.
I know, but they seem to be really pushing Mustafa Ali. He's been doing really good work.
I know, but I like that aspect of 205 Live. I'm actually okay with because then when you have Gallagher versus Daivari, we knew Daivari was going to lose, but it sort of puts it up in the air a little bit. Like I like that anybody can win or lose on 205 Live. Like it's a little bit of 50-50 booking.
Yeah, I know, but especially early on in the shows, is the 8th episode. They really need to establish who their top stars are, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a lot of milling about in 205 Live. A lot of wallering. Let's see here. Then we had. I thought this was fun. This is. I was just sort of paying attention just to watch this. Jack Gallagher and Daivari had their I Forfeit match.
Here's one thing I wish they had done with this match.
Okay.
In terms of the story of it.
Yeah.
I just thought of it this morning.
Okay.
Jack Gallagher has been known to twist his opponents up like a pretzel.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I kind of wish that that would have been his approach to begin with, because usually, like if you put someone in a submission move, they're saying "I quit."
Yeah, sure.
When they tap out.
Yeah.
So have him do that first. When that's not working, when he doesn't, when winning like a gentleman isn't working, then go to brawling.
Yeah.
And then after the brawling, go back to the spot at the finish where he takes his umbrella.
Yeah.
I thought that might have been for me a more effective story in terms of developing Jack Gallagher's character.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion.
No, I like this. I really like Daivari. To me, this feud, like, I already like Jack Gallagher, but to me, this feud, I really like Daivari now. I thought he was a really great sport playing along with all this.
He did a really good job the whole length of the story too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he did, and I thought he did a really good job in the match last night. I love the little false finish thing where he hit him with the microphone. And then he wrapped the dude's Gallagher's hands up. I liked all that stuff. That was good. But I don't know, man. I don't know what. I think I'll be honest with you. I think, especially after having watched the UK tournament, and then hearing that they might be bringing some of those UK programs to the network, in lieu of their own weekly show.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, well, I just like that. I want to see more of the bruiserweights. Like the cruiserweights, just how they're handling it is just not doing it for me. Like the more I think about it, it's just I think they did a couple things wrong. Like they shot themselves in the foot a couple times before they even got started. They like dug a hole for themselves before they got started. And I don't know. Like I try to appreciate it for what it is, and I like that I forfeit match. But I just the idea that 205 Live could be so much better. I think
I know.
Is just sort of a bummer to me. And some days it gets me and some days it doesn't.
Well, I mean, I think stylistically we want 205 Live to be its own thing. Mm-hmm. But by and large, it's just cruiserweights wrestling in WWE style.
Yeah.
Which is why we appreciate the Cruiserweight Classic, because they were letting them do all the amazing things they can do.
I still say like it should have just been like an extension of that. Like fuck story for right now. And like Neville should have been your first story, up until now, the first 7 episodes should have been like just people trying to be the best and then everybody outperforming each other. And then like on Wednesdays, you're sitting there or the day after or whatever, you're sitting there saying, man, did you see that crazy match? Like that's what it all should have been. It should have
been based
been
on competition.
It should have been based on competition.
I
And then
understand that.
Neville comes in then and says, and he drops your first big heel promo thing, and then you're off and running, and then you can start doing stories. But it's just been like, oh, did you see Noam Dar saying Alicia fucks? It sounds like fuck, which we were both very tickled by, and it was very effective.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't have been that. It should have been about the competition. It should have been who can one up whom,
Yeah.
That's what it should have been. And it's like some days it bugs me, and some, like obviously today, and some days it's like, oh, I'm fine with it, whatever.
Well, I think the weeks that we're fine with it, there's a match that kind of transcends the limitations they've been putting on the program.
Yeah.
And, like as you said, the I Forfeit match was fun. Mm-hmm. And the Cedric Alexander match was some decent storytelling. But it is as good as those matches were, neither really transcended the apparent limitations that either Vince or Kevin Dunn are putting on that product.
And also, I think, so there's been that. So like half the weeks there's been like really, really good matches that you could pay attention to. And half the weeks there's been the debut or the unveiling of certain characters. So you had Noam Dar one week doing his thing,
and then you had Neville, obviously.
You had Jack Gallagher, you had Brian Kendrick always doing good work. So you had those things to kind of tide you over. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, I kind of know everybody you're dealing with here. I kind of know what the roster is like. And so I'm good with that. Maybe next week they'll roll out, because I know Tajiri's injured. Maybe next week or the week after they'll roll out Tozawa, and we'll be amazed at one of his matches. We'll want to see more of him.
And maybe in a month or two when Austin Aries is healthy, and if he does join the Cruiserweight division, that'll be a shot in the arm.
Yeah. So it's like not every week is going to be great, and it's on those weeks when I just sit here and think to myself, man, this could be so much better. So,
but that's kind of WWE product as a whole.
There's
good
true.
weeks and there's bad weeks.
That is true.
You want to answer some questions?
Yeah, let's answer some questions.
The Raging Brawner.
Brawner.
Ahoy, friendos. If Ty Dillinger doesn't enter at number 10 at the Rumble, the crowd started chanting Royal Rumble number 10 during his promo.
Yeah.
It's cool. Do you think that whoever does will get a battering of boos. I think it depends on the superstar. Thanks for the content. Take care.
Yeah, that is certainly a pickle. And even in today's WWE, we're going to talk about it on the dirt sheet a little bit, but they did a video where they said, who do you want to be surprise entrant? And Sasha said Ty at 10.
Yeah.
And if it's not Ty at 10,
it's got to be someone major for that person not to get booed.
Dude, I don't know. I'm thinking like even if friggin' HBK came out at 10.
Well, HBK is San Antonio. He wouldn't get booed.
I'm not saying even if it's somebody special, they're not going to get booed. But
it's not going to be the same reaction.
It's not going to be the same reaction.
I know.
I mean, it has to be Ty.
I know.
And kind of from here on out, the number 10 spot should probably be Ty.
Reserved exclusively for Ty
or
Dillinger.
Whoever he's in a program with.
Yep. Oh, how great would that be if he, in 3 years he's in a program with somebody, and maybe for 2 or 3 years in a row, we've seen Ty come out in the 10th spot in the Rumble, and number 10 pops up. Everybody's expecting Ty, but it's that person he's in a feud with.
I know.
The amount of heat.
That'd be great.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be wonderful. But starting 2017, man, it kind of has to be Ty.
Yeah.
And if it's not, you're going to have a Rey Mysterio situation where people are booing the shit out of him because it's not Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
I love that. Good for Ty.
I know.
You have to make yourself not expendable. You have to
Yep.
make yourself vital.
Yes.
What's the opposite of expendable?
Is it unexpendable?
Is it unexpendable? Pivotal? Perfect 10. Let's see here. Joshua the Dynamic Knight Martinez. Where do you think this Alicia Fox and Noam Dar thing is headed? Explosive couple.
Yeah.
We're going to get that for a month or two.
Yeah. Stardew Valley champion Adam Fella. Should WWE create a small-scale show that has the atmosphere of NXT Full Sail without the call-up aspect of it?
That is an interesting question. Because that is sort of the knock on NXT. Like, I'm sitting there looking at Shinsuke Nakamura wondering, why aren't you going to be... Why are you here still? But I don't know. I don't know, like, in what respect you do that with. I don't know what show... what would you do?
I don't know either.
I mean, to me, that would have been kind of the UK tournament thing.
Mm-hmm.
You get like a smaller
It has to be self-contained.
It has to be self-contained, yeah.
Because if you did something here stateside, I think it would either and not have it be like NXT a developmental thing.
Yeah.
It would feel like it was a lesser show.
Like Triple H always talks about NXT being its own brand, but the bottom line is everybody always has that question: when he's going to get called up?
I know.
He's going to get called up.
But if you're running a WWE show televised in front of 1,000 people, it's just going to feel like a smaller show, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. It's a conundrum.
Without it being a self-contained thing like the UK territory.
Yeah. Do you want to take the next one, or should I take the next one?
El Ingobernable
Oh my God, I fucked it up.
El Ingobernable de Tejas, Adam Mayhem.
Good job.
Hey, friendos, just as a FYI, Elias Sampson's opponent last week, John Cruz, is Mr. 450's partner. We just talked about him.
No, we just talked about him.
When they faced the Authors of Pain a couple months back. Also, Mr. 450 had knee surgery last week and says hi.
Oh, hello there.
Hello. Now the question, who's setting up the Friendo meetup for the Rumble?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's going?
Look, man, I tweeted this out. One of our friendos tweeted at me, said, hey, we need a forum of some sort, like an online forum we can point people to things and say, look, if you want to do a meetup, this is where you can start that thread. I don't know what to do in that case. Because like when we've tried that shit on Reddit, people are like, I don't want to sign up for Reddit. Fuck Reddit.
Yeah.
People get so angry at Reddit.
What was that other option? There was another option.
Well, I thought about maybe through the Amino app, but I'm not sure if that's the cleanest place to do that. I don't know.
Well, people have to sign up for that too, right?
Well, yeah, they have to sign up for it. Not everybody can do that. Like, it needs to be online somewhere. Like, we need like a website of some sort.
Maybe that's why we need the Stephen Larson website.
I know. It'd be easy to say, go to StephenLarson.com and click on meetups, and then you can see a listing of meetups. It'd be great to say that.
But then we'd have to use another outlet for the meetup scheduling and invites and stuff.
Well, I mean, do you think a thread would work? Just like, have like a board where people can, it's like, we'll post Royal Rumble Friendo meetup.
Yeah.
Takeover Friendo meetup. And then people just go in there and arrange whatever they're going to arrange. But then I have to do the website.
No, we don't need to do all that. I mean, there's got to be a way that we can do that without having a whole website strictly for that,
You'd think.
Just trying to Find out what that thing is. Oh my goodness.
Sorry. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where like a hub could be. We'll figure that out. When is the Royal Rumble? It's like a week away.
It's a week from Sunday.
Yeah. So I don't know. You guys figure that out. I'm sure lots of people love to do that. Should you do it here on the Patreon?
Well, then non-patrons. I don't know if that's...
You could do posts for non-patrons.
No, I know.
For everybody can see it. We got to redo our Patreon, man.
Yeah, we do.
Shoot a new video. Like a little
skit.
New skit video. This like opens up me looking at my well, Larson, I'm broke.
Me too.
Oh man, the one and only true Meatloaf champion M. Andrews. Who from the Cruiserweight division do you think could cross over to the regular main roster easiest with most success? Now that you see what things are like, who from the Cruiserweight division do you think could cross over?
I mean, I'll still say Cedric.
I'm going to say right now. Well, Neville was in the main roster.
No, I know, but he could easily cross back over.
To me, it's Brian Kendrick. I want to see Brian Kendrick back on the main roster.
Well, he was on the main roster at one point, too.
That is a good point. You countered me.
Jericho Kunzman. Should NXT be 2 hours long?
No. We're good. Totally good with what we got. Dude, come on. When you have Pachis Noah, man, like, or Keanu Reeves.
But it's still a developmental show. These guys that are learning WWE style of wrestling need to get their reps.
No.
Yes.
I don't want to see that. I love that. Look at how packed it was this week in 1 hour.
I know, but when Chris Hero shows up, when we have
Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, when the roster starts getting really deep, especially
You're advocating a 2-hour NXT?
Especially
That's crazy.
Especially when the roster starts getting deeper. Yes.
Man, I think you're insane.
No.
Hidden Paper Face. I've been watching Legends House lately, and in one episode, Rhett and Linka guest stars. Really? That's funny. What other non-wrestling internet celebrity would you like to see on the network? What superstar would they interact with, and what would they do? I'd want to see, what's that dude's name? Flula?
Oh, yeah. That's a good answer.
That dude makes me laugh.
I want to see the Funhouse guys.
There you go. You can't say that. They're our friends. That'd be good, though. I want to see Bruce Green just stewing, because Bruce Green's like an anti-wrestling guy, isn't he? I think he was.
King Haas Vader, baby.
Vader was kind of prime Haas.
King Haas Vader is a Hideo Itami fan. Would love to see him in 205 Live. Also, where's the question at here?
I'd like to see Hideo Itami not injured. Yeah, it's one of those. What's your thoughts on this? He just says stuff and then, guys, look, we need a question. You can't just say a bunch of stuff and then say, what are your thoughts?
What are your thoughts on Hideo Itami and 205 Live, essentially?
No, I don't want to see that. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I do want to see that. Yeah, I want to see that.
Especially if Austin Aries is there. They have unfinished business.
I agree with your thoughts on that, King Haas Vader, baby. But next time, ask a question. The question would be, do you guys feel Hideo Itami would be a good fit in the Cruiserweight division?
There you go.
Going to be king of the Cruiserweights. Motor City Deathmatch Champion. I just like to give people shit.
You do.
Yeah. Motor City Deathmatch Champion Jimmy Alpha. Hey Friendo's Too Sweet to Steve. Pertaining to the Cruiserweight division, do you think they would benefit from a secondary title, perhaps tag titles? They have the bodies. Do they have the bodies for that, though?
There's about, how many competitors? It's more than 12, I think, but less than 16.
I feel like it's 8.
Not yet. They need more people.
They like to put multi-man matches on and to give the other guys something to do.
They were just doing that on Raw. But lately, ever since they gave the Cruiserweights their own show, they haven't really been doing that as often.
Well, so do you want to see multi-man? Or do you want to see a tag Cruiserweight tag matches?
I don't feel like there's enough depth on the roster yet.
Like 6 people on the roster. Why are they going to do that? I'll put it this way. Look, man, I'll tell you what. If they let them do what they could do, if it became like a New Japan Junior Tag Division,
then yes.
Then absolutely, I'd love it. But I don't think they're going to do it anytime soon. Universal Jones.
Hey, you pencil-necked geeks.
Yeah, pencil-necked geeks.
Hoping to see surprise entrants in the upcoming Rumble like Ty Dillinger.
10.
Who should be the representatives from 205 Live in the UK tournament? We're doing a video on this weekend, on Sunday.
Yeah.
But we don't...
Here's a...
Yeah, we talk about the UK tournament, but we don't mention anybody from 205 Live.
No, we don't.
Being a surprise entrant to the Rumble.
No, man.
Partially because, in my mind at least, since they're part of the main roster, it really wouldn't be a surprise entrant.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or they're on Raw, you know?
That's a good point.
But let's set that aside. If anybody from 205 Live were to be in the Rumble, who would you want it to be?
Brian Kendrick or Neville.
I'll add Cedric Alexander to that list.
All right. Cedric has fallen off. He's fallen off my radar very quickly. Because I feel like he's not inserting himself as a personality enough into this current. Like, you have Noam Dar, who's like all personality. You have Alicia Fox, who's just like crazy personality. And then Cedric Alexander's kind of guy who's just everybody's whirling around. Like, he's a fantastic wrestler.
But maybe that's
he's just sort of like.
But maybe if he were showing off a larger personality, it would detract from the other aspects of the story.
You know,
he needs to be the steadying influence in the middle.
You know, they used to tell the human actor, the actors on the Star Trek shows, like the later ones, the ones who are portraying humans, they told them to like underact and not display much emotion, because then when they encounter aliens, then like you see more of their personality. It's kind of like that. I thought that was kind of interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah. Let's see here. Broken World Champion Jacob Omega. And I forget exactly where I heard that from, but I heard it. What do you think about doing a women's elimination chamber with Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Mickie James, Naomi, Carmella, and Nikki Bella? I would do it and have Natalya interfere and be involved in Nikki's elimination, according to Jacob Omega. What do you think about doing a women's elimination chamber?
Interesting idea.
Yeah, why not? They have the chamber.
They do.
SmackDown show.
Yeah, they have enough participants.
Might as well.
Magnum TA champion Nathan Ragland. Do you think Billie Kay will be the women's Tyler Breeze when she makes it to the main roster?
I'm wondering if she's going to make it to the main roster.
My thoughts exactly.
Eddie Jose Guevara Minibar. Thanks for answering our questions. I feel that is not said enough. My question is, which superstar do you see in the future dethroning Mean King Neville? I'm speculating, of course, it'll be the next cruiserweight champion. Who do you think Neville's gonna feud with? You know what I'd love to see, man?
Well, I think he's gonna have that belt for a little bit.
I think you're right, but I would love to see a program with him and a tweener Brian Kendrick. That would be cool. I think that'd be really cool. I love Brian Kendrick's little thing with Tajiri, like when he first came out.
Yeah.
I loved his welcome. You know, I love that entire thing.
It was both
really
condescending and welcoming.
I know. Like he
somehow managed to do both those things.
He can't help but be condescending, and I think that'd translate well as a face.
Yeah.
You know, I think it'd be fun. It'd be cool. I don't know who's going to take it away from him, though.
It's going to be a little while.
It's going to be a little while, I think so, yeah.
And then whoever takes it off him will probably feud with Austin Aries.
Mm-hmm. Deep fried ballsack. Considering that epic contract signing that sold me even more in that glorious match, what is your favorite contract signing to date? Is his question. What's your favorite contract signing to date? My gut reaction is I'm not sure I have one.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to think of some.
By and large, they all kind of fit into the same template.
I kind of appreciated not too long ago when Dean Ambrose was involved in a contract signing, and he dispensed with any pretense
and just went right to the violence.
He said, "We all know what's going to happen here."
Yeah,
I just really loved that line because it was almost kind of meta, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool.
That's good.
I'm sure there's been some fun ones. Gene the Grappler, Channel 3 Productions.
Yes. So he is excited to see Nakamura versus Rude for the NXT title. Do you think Nakamura will drop the title at NXT TakeOver and enter the Rumble, or will they wait longer until WrestleMania?
I think you and I are going to see that title drop at NXT TakeOver, whatever Mania it is.
Orlando,
yeah. I think it's not going to happen at San Antonio, and I think we're going to see Rude Nakamura. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's going to be great.
Corey Graves' short-lived mustache. Choose one person from NXT and 205 Live to swap bodies. What would their new gimmick be?
Oh, what a great question.
All right, from NXT it's Dan Matha.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And from 205 Live,
to swap bodies. So if Dan Matha and Jack Gallagher swap bodies,
so we'd have a huge
gentleman.
Yeah.
And then a really small guy who gets murdered by Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm.
That's messed up. Yeah, I guess that would be. I don't know. It'd be weird.
Jacob Fonts. Hey, Friendo's been a patron for a few months, but never gotten a question answered.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Jacob Fonts.
Sorry. What do you guys think about changing the gimmick of the vaudevillains so they go through multiple eras of wrestling? Maybe shifting to a luchador style for a few years before moving on to strong style or something. What other styles would you like to see?
I like the idea of the vaudevillains using like an old school and old timey version of wrestling. Like, remember on the Nick when that dude was managing a wrestler?
Yeah,
I want to see stuff like that.
Yeah.
What was that called? Something elbow, collar and elbow.
Yeah.
Or they just basically stand and do this for like 5 hours
until somehow someone gains an advantage,
or somebody dies.
Yeah.
People died a lot back then. We were watching Taboo last night.
How is that?
That Tom Hardy show. I really like it so far. We only got through like the first 20 minutes, and then Alabama got up and literally said bye. She does that now, and so Lacey had to go to bed. But it's cool. The production design is freaking amazing.
I know the trailers make the production value look top notch.
It's the attention to detail is great. It's not quite as stylistic as the trailers make it out to be, but it's still really good. Yeah, it's it shows because it shows there's like cutaways of like them putting a bunch of like meat products that have been recently chopped up into this giant like thing, and they're like swirling it around. And Lacey was like, "God, how did everybody not just die?" And I'm like, a lot of people died back then.
Yes.
Like your odds of living to 40 were super low.
I know.
That's why we didn't have population problems back then. It's true, Better technology means more people are going to be alive longer, and we have population problems now. There's too many people on the planet. Right? You disagree with that?
No, I'm not disagreeing.
All right.
The Mediocre 7, CB Skinner. I can't believe Damo did Omega's one-winged angel.
Yeah,
such
great.
A unique move.
He's in my faction. You got the guy who's sitting there saying, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And I'm getting the guy doing Kenny Omega's finisher.
Okay, so what are your favorite unique, one-of-a-kind finishers?
Oh, man. The cutter.
It's not unique, though.
Everybody does the
Everybody does a version of the cutter.
One-of-a-kind finisher. The springboard stunner.
It's still a stunner.
That's just a variation of a cutter.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like the Rainmaker.
I mean, the one-winged...
Like the Rainmaker, you just grab a guy's hand and
I know.
Clothesline him.
The one-winged angel is a variation on the Michinoku driver.
Everything is a variation on something.
I know.
Man. It's really not a whole lot of originality. It's like stories,
Takes the same elements.
Every story's been told. You just
Yep.
got to tell it a different way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega's best friend, Terrence Thompson.
What a fucking cop-out that was. Will Nikki Cross win the women's championship from Asuka, or will Ember Moon beat Asuka first?
I'm guessing Nikki Cross will win it
I think
first.
that's probably going to happen, right? She's a star, man. She's a freaking star.
Oh, here's a great question. Glenn McClelland.
Want to end on this one?
What happened to Steve Cutler's sideburns?
I don't know. He got rid of them. They're gone.
I know.
They're forever gone. Hopefully not forever.
Yeah. They need to come back.
I know. I agree. He was like a Wolverine type character.
I know. That and his denim vest.
Oh, I like this right here. We'll end on this one because it involves time travel. You guys should all watch Timeless. It's on the bubble right now. That means they don't know if it's going to be canceled.
Yeah, before you ask this as the last question, I'm going to do this one.
Okay.
Lamo delete this liar. That's the
I
name.
like that. That's good.
Hey, friendos. Jack Gallagher has William. The New Day have Francesca, and even Jericho has a list. What object would you guys have that you would use to assist in a match?
Mm-hmm. Well, we've seen in WCW the unprotected chair shot to the head is very good. But like if I was wrestling, or if you were wrestling, what would you use?
I like Heath Slater idea, or the way he wrestled, and he would use Rhino as his finisher.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. I would have a vastly superior wrestler.
That's the problem, though, because your guy's Ty Dillinger, and my guy's Big Damo.
Well, I mean, it's not just me and Ty in our faction.
Who else is in your faction?
Dan Matha.
Oh,
no, I'm joking.
This is like the worst faction. I feel like your faction is just a bunch of guys. Like, who else just sits around and talks a bunch? I feel like that's who you'd have.
No, we'd have Samoa Joe.
He would not join your faction.
Yeah, he would.
I don't think he'd join your faction.
He's a good follow on Twitter because
he is a good follow on Twitter. That's true.
So I think he could enjoy sitting around talking a lot, but then also kick ass.
Yeah, that's true. What tag team would you put in your? I'm just asking questions now. What tag team would you put in your faction?
Oh, okay.
Like my faction, the way I see it is Big Damo and the Briscoes and me. I think it's an amazing faction.
So I have me, Ty,
Paul Ellering as our manager,
myself, Ty, Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I feel like your tag team is TM61 because I feel like those guys sit around and talk a lot too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
But Samoa Joe doesn't fit in there.
Sure, he does.
Who's another powerhouse that sits around and talks a lot? You'd have, a big guy. You'd have what was that dude's name? The Funkadactyl.
Oh, Brodus Clay.
You'd have Brodus Clay because he's on like Fox News and he just talks a lot.
How about this, Ryback?
That guy. Nobody talks more than that guy. There you go. Ryback's your big man. I think we created the worst faction. I'm sorry about that. We got Big Damo and the Briscoes. I would be terrified. They'd be like, "Hey, Steve, come out with us, man. Me and Big Damo and Jay, we going out." All right, Mark, I'll be out there.
You probably have to go work on the Briscoes chicken farm.
I know. I'd be like, fuck. I really don't want to go with these guys again. Hey, help me out with this chicken farm.
Yeah, they still run their chicken farm, right?
They do. Yeah. They incorporate that into their story. Like, all that shit was like on the Ring of Honor show. We're in a chicken farm, man. Got a dad with us. Running the chickens. Love the Briscoes. Anyways, that's it.
I thought you had another question you wanted to ask.
Oh, did we? Oh, here we go.
Time travel.
Tajiwaji, 13-time WWF World Martial Arts Champion. Hey, friendos, if you could time travel and take control of a past wrestler's life and steer it through rough times, hard times, baby, who would you choose? I don't want to get too real with this because, hard times kayfabe.
Okay.
Hard times kayfabe.
Okay.
Who would you choose? Because a lot of wrestlers have died, and that'd be easy to say. That's just sad.
So let's keep it storyline.
Keep it kayfabe. Yeah. I would do this. After, I forget the sequence, the order. When did I would take over Lex Luger's life.
Okay.
When he won via countout.
Yeah.
To Yokozuna.
Okay.
At SummerSlam. Because wasn't it after that?
It was after that, though. It was a WrestleMania match.
After that was a WrestleMania match. So after that, I would say, Lex, you literally just celebrated in the middle of the ring after winning nothing. You looked like an asshole. So you need to not rest on your laurels. You're going to have a match at WrestleMania, but you need to figure out a way to be second and not first because Yoko is going to take on both you and Brett.
Correct.
If Brett softens him up first, then you get to take advantage of Yokozuna and win an actual championship and be in the middle of the ring celebrating and not look like an asshole.
Yeah, because you'd actually win something.
Because you would win an actual title. So we need to train. Get off this bus. Nobody cares about your goodwill tour. Get in the gym. Get in the ropes.
Learn in the ropes?
Get in between the ropes.
Okay.
Learn strong style. Maybe try some food. You know what Yoko likes to eat? Try food poisoning him beforehand.
Oh, goodness.
So that he might shit himself and lose the title. Like, literally. That's what I would do. That's my answer. Lex Luger, going to steer him through hard times of winning nothing.
Ty Dillinger.
Oh, good lord.
Because he's going through his own hard times right now.
What would you do? Invite him into your crap faction with TM61?
And Samoa Joe.
I feel like he's not there. I feel like you guys just sit around and do a lot of paperwork.
No, there's no. What paperwork would be involved in having this faction together?
I just feel like you have a lot of paperwork to do.
I think in your mind, like this faction I have is just like a social club.
It's like a men's group.
Where we all just sit around and drink whiskey and smoke cigars.
It's not even that cool. It's like you guys go on like retreats to find your manhood and you do trust exercises, but like you guys accidentally like drop each other.
It's more what I said.
Oh man, no, I don't think it's that cool. I think you guys sit around.
If it's my fashion, if it's what I want it to be, it's going to be that cool.
I think you guys sit around and you try to get your thing is this: your confidence levels are fine, but you need to get their confidence levels up.
Who, Ty?
Yeah, and TM61. So you guys
Well, I don't think their confidence levels are low.
They just got their asses whooped by the Revival.
But they won the match.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you do just drink whiskey and smoke cigars, but you're not like training. You're just jacking up your liver and lungs, man. It's not good. It's not.
We're having good conversation.
It's not a recipe for success in the squared circle.
We'll see about that.
What I've got is Big Damo, Kenny Omega's finisher. Hey, the Briscoe brothers, man. Come on, let's go beat up some people. What, like in a match? No, man. Come on, we'll raise some chickens and beat up some people. Really happy with my Briscoe impression. Anyways, that's it for now. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.